Hello and welcome to what I believe is episode 105 of the Fools on a Hill podcast.
Hello.
Cal, and I'm joined by Ganny and Liam for the first time in a long time. How are we, fellas?
Older.
Hot and sweaty boy.
That's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is very sweaty, isn't it? Oh,
Heat wave in UK at the moment. Will this go up this week? Who knows? All very
Find
up
out
in the
here.
air.
On the news section of Fools on a Hill. Summer's over though, guys, but now the summer has started at the same time. So
No, it's not.
welcome to the paradox.
the summer isn't over yet, is it?
No.
Well, the summer's
21st, I believe.
Is that when the
That's when
British
autumn
summertime
begins.
ends.
Is it that late? So does summer not start till like the end of June?
No, and then winter starts on the 21st of December, which is mental.
That seems about
That
right
is
though,
fucking
realistically.
Crazy. No, Liam, that's crazy.
Because it's definitely its coldest in January. Anyway,
That's true. It's very-
that's not interesting, is it? What have we? What's going on? What's happening? I'm gonna crack this can. I'm waiting to crack this can, so I'm going to do it right now in the silence.
Well,
Right.
I've got a bit of a gripe
Oh, shit.
that's happened this week. So
An Australian grape.
South African thing.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get me started. I know it's too offensive to do on the podcast.
Go on.
No, I'm not going to do it. Ring
You can
doorbells.
ring my bell.
Um,
Well,
Yep, absolutely. This week I've learned that there is a difference between the Ring Generation 2 doorbell
Yep.
and the Ring 2 doorbell. Very poor marketing, that is. So I bought a rechargeable battery, an additional one, because I thought
okay,
it was
you
all.
fancy boy.
I know. I thought it was all mains done. It wasn't. And for the first time since moving in, the battery's running low. Bugger. I'll buy myself a little third one so I can just,
Hang on,
quick
sorry.
exchange.
What? You've got two doorbells, haven't you?
Oh, well, yeah. So the people who lived here previously left us their doorbell. So I'm going to put that at the back and just use it as a
but
security.
why did you buy a spare? Why are you buying another spare one? I operate off one
Well,
battery.
Yeah, well, just bear with me. So I had already bought said doorbell, and then I thought it'd be best to have a spare one so I could just quickly in and out. I'm always efficient.
The spare
so-
Wait, no,
doorbell
wait.
or the spare
Yeah.
battery. You could have
Spare
returned the
battery.
doorbell, you know that, don't you?
Yeah, I did, but I thought I'll just keep it because it's free, and I already got the one that we got for half price on Prime Day, so I thought I've done quite well here. Anyway, so I bought this rechargeable battery on the basis that I could remove the battery. So I came to it. I can't remove the battery from the Ring Generation 2, but you can from the Ring Doorbell 2.
So the one that was already there is an old one.
No, it's exactly the same
So
as
the one
mine.
you've
So this
bought doesn't have a-
battery is now completely redundant. All because they have a Ring Doorbell Generation 2 and a Ring Doorbell 2.
Colin,
And I think that is a Ring problem, not my problem.
I'm hearing that
I
you're
don't know
not
how to
reading
put
descriptions
this.
properly.
No, this is a common problem
I have
that
no issues.
many people have experienced. So, yeah, now I have to return that. So I'm
I
just
think the
saying,
thing is with me in this situation is I don't understand what the fuck you just said.
So you've got
it's
Callum.
just-
If you bought one of the ones with it's just all black with a
yes.
okay. And you
But
need-
I then thought I could pull off the little front and just take the battery out. Because
but
that's
this one does
every
not
YouTube
say
video I've watched.
specifically on it wired though.
No, because it's not wired. You can have it as wired, but you can also have it battery operated.
But you
So I
can't
then just-
recharge the battery.
It's what would the word be? I cannot remove
flaw?
said battery. It is sealed, so I can charge it via USB, but I can't then remove the battery.
Oh,
It's literally like
am-
having a Nintendo Switch where you plug it in and it charges.
Okay.
So then you have to
So
take
the-
the doorbell off your door to charge
Yeah.
it,
Right.
which is fucking stupid. Which is why I then bought the replacement battery, so I would always have the doorbell on, and we'd be happy.
Yeah.
I
get it now. I understand it. For
Thank you.
everyone involved, I now understand.
Yeah, so
The
I'm
story.
not happy.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Cal.
I'll be 20 quid better off though, so you know.
Well, at least there's some positive.
Yeah, so that's been the highlight
Throw me
of
for
my
a loop on that one.
last 3 weeks.
Well,
The highlight of my past 3 weeks has been
not much of a highlight if it's taken this long.
Well, I'll tell you what my
nothing.
actual
Nothing.
highlight was. Seeing you two boys and letting Liam influence me with the Piers for Pizza game. That was very good.
Oh, that happened, didn't it?
Oh,
Forgot
sorry,
about that.
that did happen, yeah. Yeah, it was lovely.
Very memorable that night.
Lovely
very
to have you
memorable.
guys
Yeah.
around.
Yeah. Congratulations once again for throwing your life away.
Yeah.
You had any good rounds of Piers Pizza?
We did.
Lydia and I made our own version of the game the other day because we weren't sat in a place where we could play on the floor, so we just kind of played it. Basically, I read a letter and then she read a question,
Oh.
and
Okay.
if I got it right, then she kept it. And we had a timer, so it was how many you could get in a minute. But then I had to read the letter before she read the question each time. It got a little bit confusing. I'm going to be honest, it wasn't the cleanest of games, but I won, so that's all that matters.
It's right, mate. It's right.
Right.
Has anything else happened that we want to talk about? Any TV shows or films? I've not really been to the cinema lately, I don't think.
I've been to the cinema, but I cannot. Blue Beetle was yesterday. That was alright. Bit Disney child actory at the start. Acting.
It got into
Sorry.
it. It was alright once it got into it, but it didn't.
Yeah.
It started off a bit. I was like,
I've got no desire to go and watch it, I won't lie.
I mean, it was free, so.
Yeah, I still have no desire.
I'd probably say it's. I was at the
you'll-
beginning. I
you'll go and watch
thought
Strays.
as I was watching it, I was thinking like, I'm not going to recommend this, but it's probably worth a watch if you've got spare time. It's not shite. There's some good action stuff.
Yeah.
Some
hope they
some
put that
funny
on the
moments
poster.
as well. Rudy, the Uncle Rudy's great.
Yeah. I think that's played by George Lopez.
Yep, that is
Yeah.
correct.
Thank you, Liam.
Yeah, Strays.
I'm now
I think you said-
Limitless.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
part of that.
got
I
you.
really don't remember what we talked about last time. Like
It's been
it's
so
been that
long,
long, but I
yeah.
don't know what we've covered.
Listen, let's
I'm a Limitless member.
Yanni's a Limitless member. We went to see Strays. That had a few laughs.
Yeah.
We've been to see 2001. That was before he was Limitless member. Let's not get into that. That was
Definitely
fun.
no laughs in that.
Certainly no laughs. Very hard.
Were you?
Just all completely erect. Should we just get into the structure? Should we get into some music? Because we
Please,
know what we're
go
talking
on.
about.
because
there.
I am struggling here.
Because we could have made a list of what we've watched, but we didn't.
Hot though, innit? Oh boys, have we talked about the weather yet?
Yeah.
Stinky.
The
Right.
British.
What have we got? There's quite a few returns this.
British.
Quite a few returns
yeah, there
since
is.
last.
Welsh,
yeah.
not British.
One of
Greek.
the. I feel like I'm losing my mind. I'm trying to talk. And you two are
You're
just
like
talking.
the supply teacher
Yeah.
trying to
how it
handle the kids.
A few returns. Let me tell you. Some
December?
big names. You've got Miley Cyrus. You've got Rick Astley. The Killers were back, which we'll get into. I'm sure all of them. But one that I was interested in particularly this week was I think I fucked up my own intro there. So which one was I going to be interested in? Was I feel like I've forgotten everything. Rick Astley was basically the one. So Rick Astley is the one that I've seen most recently, and I want to talk about this. Never Gonna Stop. Now, first of all, cracking voice at this point in his life. It's been a long time since Never Gonna Give You Up came out. I don't know what he's done since then. I've not paid attention. I'm sorry. I'm sure that's a shock to everyone. Never Gonna Stop is an interesting song, isn't it?
Yeah.
But what I love most and what I really want to talk about is the video. Have you seen the video?
No.
Oh, you need to watch it because it's just Rick on a beach in a forest having a great time. His wife filmed it.
It's quite the juxtaposition.
No, he's on a forest and on the beach. So check it out. It mentions it specifically, I think, in the description of the video that he's somewhere where there is a forest next to a beach, and it's just lovely. You know, he's a lovely soul. And there's also a song.
His voice does sound great, to be fair. Good to the point where I didn't think it was him.
Yeah, it's because we've not followed the progression of his voice. It sounds like it could just be someone else entirely. Liam, you're spot on, mate. He is in the forest. It's on a beach.
It's a forest.
Or a beach. It's in a forest.
I'll watch this later,
forest
boys.
/ beach. And I do love the way he goes, "Never gonna stop." He doesn't sing it like that, but the way he says "never gonna" is really funny.
Wow. Okay, so the first voice that starts the song off, I thought that was completely different to the actual main part of the song, but it is Rick throughout.
Yeah.
He really doesn't sound like himself. Well, he obviously does, but not what I imagined. Yeah, I didn't really care for the song though, if I'm honest with you. It was impressive that his voice was still as good. I feel like he's going to be a bit of a Tom Jones in that regard, where his voice will just last, you know? Tom?
Salute you.
Oh, I want the noise that you're going to do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was... I listened to most of these on Crosby Beach a few hours ago on the glorious day that it is.
Is there a forest in here?
There isn't. There's dunes. Dune. So a lot of these may have been heightened by the surrounding area, but this one wasn't. So I'll tell you what else. I'll tell you what was also not heightened, and one that we probably shouldn't cover because it was part of the album that she released, but that Miley song.
Oh, is the album out, is it?
Yep. I just, as soon as it started with that piano chord, I was like, I'm not going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
This isn't for me. I don't know if you two felt the same, really, but
I felt so the same.
Definitely bored.
Wow.
She really peaked at one point, didn't she? I'm not
going
to specify.
Specify.
I'm not going to specify when. Younger Now. I feel like Younger Now was a good time. That was a good album. Nothing Breaks Like a Heart. 2017 to 2019.
Big bang of that.
Ish, something like that. Plastic Heart was alright. But it feels like she's just very quickly gone back downhill with Endless Summer Vacation was the one that came out. Was that the album this is from? Yeah. Oh, there you go. I feel like I've heard a few songs from that for some reason. And yeah, it's just a bit like... it's not... She's just lost her edge a bit.
It's a bit like The Climb. Now I'm listening to it now. But just obviously
but
not good.
As good.
The Climb is one of the best songs of the 21st century.
Fair enough.
Hard-hitting music journalism right there.
Gotta get up, gotta get up, gotta get up. Sorry, don't know why that was in my head. I know lots about that song. You know what made me laugh when I saw the artwork for it, and I thought Liam's definitely picked this one. Was the Fat Dog song?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's a good album art. Yeah, single artwork.
Yeah,
picture art. It's a dog. It's a fat dog. It makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
Fat Dog.
It makes sense to the band. Fat Dogs are the best as well.
I enjoyed it initially, this song, but it was far too long.
Yeah. It was far too long, but I also enjoyed that it just kept coming back in a bit unnecessarily and a bit unwantedly, but it was still quite good and interesting. This was, I must specify, this was at the start of, I assume, all our listening journeys for the week. And that was important for my enjoyment, because if it was middle of the pack, no, I wouldn't have enjoyed it, but I do enjoy it.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty done on this kind of music for a bit. It just doesn't offer me anything new. That it's very sounds very Viagra Boys, vocally especially.
Voices.
The Viagra Boys mix with like HMLTD and Opus Kinky, sort of that kind of realm, isn't it?
But are you telling me you're done with Opus King?
No,
I am.
not completely. But
I am until I still see him live, and then I won't be.
I feel like Opus King is still kind of keeping it fresh, but this just felt a bit derivative and not that exciting. I've put this on because I'd seen a lot of people talking about their live performances and how great they were live, and I just kept seeing like bands put photos up and stuff of them playing live, and so this was the first recorded offering from them. And it doesn't excite me that much. I can imagine it's great. They're good live. This kind of music is, but yeah, I don't care enough to listen to this on its own, really.
No. Wow. Yeah, that's a point you've made there. You know what surprised me this week, boys?
Go on then.
Go ahead.
Because normally it's hit or miss. Cheek Face with whatever the song's called, because I've not made a list of the song. Thank you. Naughty little chorus on this. I really wanted to emphasise that. I hope it came across. I wasn't immediately put off by the voice in this one, for whatever reason that was. I don't know. It might just depend on my mood.
It feels a bit more gentle, this song, I think. It's not quite as excitable, Labradory, you know?
Yeah. And I like the part where he's asking where the recycling is. Or do they have recycling?
Do you recycle?
Do you recycle, yeah.
We separate
back and forth. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. An enjoyment.
Yeah, I have grown to like Cheekface, as we know. I did not enjoy this, but I do think it was because I was hot and tired and so upset by most of the rest of the songs that we've had to listen to this week. I'm listening to it now. It sounds all right. What did make me laugh was what they called Cowboy have a song called Plastic, and just the complete difference in the British version and the American version that is Cheekface. No correlation whatsoever other than the name being Plastic, but I enjoyed.
I think they're pretty much the same band, mate, so I think you're spot on there. I was a bit, when I first heard this on like their Instagram, I was a bit like, I don't really know if I could be bothered more Cheekface, but I do feel like that every time they release a song, and then I always listen to it more, and I'm like, oh, this is good, because they do know how to make a good song. And yeah, I agree, the chorus, like that vocal melodies are really good. I really like that. It's very, very sweet, and it's saccharine. No, that's bad. Take it back.
You're gonna say sweet though, yeah?
I'm gonna stick with sweet.
Speaking of sweet, Ian
damn.
Sweet, whatever the name of this song is as well. Oh, Spits.
Your Spits.
I kind of like this.
If you get past the unnecessary edginess, it is quite enjoying.
Yeah, I think that might be the one thing that was sort of holding me back a bit, was the over-the-top edginess. But I was enjoying my time with it, musically and all. Musically and all.
For me, I just didn't enjoy it as much as their previous stuff. And yeah, I don't know, it just didn't really grab me at all. I do feel like, sorry to take you on a journey here, guys. I do feel like my music palette has shifted significantly, very quickly lately. I don't know, it's change of temperature, but no, it's not just in the last few days. It's been like the last few months. So of like this stuff where I just can't really be bothered. And we're now Canadian as well, but I listen to too much.
I get what you mean, though. I can't be bothered with much music. I mean, I don't know if it's because music this year just has been quite crap overall. But
that's untrue.
No, there's been some great stuff, but we've not recorded a podcast for 3 weeks. And before that, we hadn't recorded a podcast for about 5 weeks.
That's because you need to get onto Lydia's schedule, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not denying that. But within that time, we've not been like, oh, we have to talk about this album. There's been
that's also because we don't really care.
I feel like there's a big split at the moment between really exciting new stuff that sounds new and they're going for something new, and very much the same old thing. And no one's in that in-between space of like working with something that's already there and making it a little bit more interesting. It's either they're going for something brand new, like if you think of a few albums that have come out this year, like the Back to Jory album, for example. I'm not saying it's amazing, but he's going for something different. And then you've got stuff where they're just staying in completely the same lane. Or it's just music we've heard so much of lately, because especially here in the UK, there's a very clear kind of front-runner scene in terms of music of that kind of post-punky, whatever the fuck Fat Dog's doing, basically.
Yeah, to be more sincere about it, I'm in my phase where I'm just listening to the same thing over and over again. And anything new isn't really doing much for me. I'm hardly saving anything new, to be honest with you.
Well, in that vein, the new the new first song, I don't know why, but I love you. 4 years ago,
You know why?
Obviously, 4 years ago, I
That's
loved
lovely.
Fur. Really, really did like them, and I don't think this is too much of a departure from what they were doing. I do not like this one bit.
Donut.
Yeah, I don't.
Not like
I was gonna say
Um,
don't, but I thought I'd be grammatically proper.
we like that.
Nice. Yeah, I thought this was all right, but very forgettable.
Yeah, that's what I
The
mean.
moment it finished, I was like, I don't know what I've just listened to.
Yeah, it just feels
So-
like I don't know.
Just
Some
one
of
of
their
them
early
old
songs.
It just feels like an old song.
Yeah, but one of their songs, "If You Know That I'm Lonely," I think has like 8 million views on YouTube. Something stupid, and I'd be surprised if this broke 30,000. Like it's just so. I would be.
Brutal.
No, genuinely,
Scathing.
because it's just. I don't know. It feels like it's just. Obviously, it's dated because it's very reminiscent of old times. But I don't know. Do you care?
No.
Certainly not. No. Certainly not.
And if this is how they're going out, because I think Murray is moving to Australia, I believe, according to their post. It's just very forgettable, as Yanni said. I don't know. Colour me disappointed.
I want you boys to know that when I move to New Zealand, we're not stopping.
Oh, they're going to be great schedules. They are.
That is
I mean,
gonna
we'll
be
have to
rough.
we'll have to carry on because otherwise we'll just never talk.
God, I'm so looking forward to that.
That's untrue.
It's
I would
like
speak to you.
4 hours between replies on the group chat. I'd be fucking well dead.
Listen, guys. One thing I don't want you to be going into, Yanni, is too much EAO, you know, Bo?
Yeah, I don't want to be getting into this either.
No.
Fucking hell. This song was dog shit.
How is this the same person who did original Pirate Material?
Even the drop couldn't save it.
I think I enjoy the music of this song.
There is no way I believe that statement.
No, I do. I think it sounds good. It sounded good through heavy speakers. Mike Skinner ruined it. If he had not
That's
said a
light choice,
word,
Peter.
I would have enjoyed listening to it above my head. It's
I
weird.
found myself Jay-Z in a little bit towards the end, but I'll never listen to this again. Out of my own choice.
Sanity.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it was crap.
Yeah,
Talking of crap, it's time, boys. The Killers are back.
Oh,
Your side of town. Holy hell.
yeah.
what
Whatever
is
side of
that?
town killers are on, we're staying well away from it.
I heard this on
Unlucky.
Radio X
Sorry,
the
mate.
other day. Just caught the end of it as I was cooking tea. And I was like, oh no. I remembered you, Yanni, saying about it being crap. And then I came to listen to it properly today. Oh my good God. I don't have the words.
Awful, isn't it?
What's the auto-tune part? What just why?
It's utter
Who-
shit.
Who has signed this off?
I don't
The
know.
thing that.
'Cause- Oh, go on.
Sorry, go on, Colin, please.
Well, no, because they've released decent songs lately. You liked the last album, didn't you? Both of you, or some parts.
I
of it.
I
really
liked
enjoy
one
it.
song.
The Man, a few
I-
years ago. That was.
I've got an interesting fact
rapper.
for you that actually blew my mind about the Killers.
Go on.
All of their albums thus far have been number one in the UK.
Yeah, I can get on board with that. They're the most.
Really?
They're the most British American band I can think
Yeah,
of.
it's because of the
But
Christians.
you can see them being number one. All of their albums.
Yeah, because Hot Fuss and Sam's Town were massive.
Yeah, but what about like
obviously,
what's it
but-
Breaking the Mirage or something like that? What's that
Yeah,
one?
but then by the time that they were already that
Imploding.
massive, it's like Kings of Leon. They've reached that stadium level now, so they're just going to be number one whenever they release an album.
Yeah, but
I
For
wanna-
better or
I wanna-
worse.
I want to
bought
check
Imploding
that out
the
actually
Mirage?
and see if they were.
Who? Kings of Leon?
Yep.
Since Only by the Night, I think every album, maybe bar the last one, because it was released at the same time as someone else, has been number one.
You're fucking right, and I hate you for it.
Fuck.
Yeah, boy.
That is wow.
Knowledge.
I mean, we're pretty
What?
fickle people, like as a general public. You know,
Yeah.
there are 5 or 6 bands. I'm sure has every Sabian album been number one? I know
Hopefully,
they're,
apart from
they're
that
British, but I can imagine. I feel like there's a mainstay of bands. I don't know if that's how you use the word mainstay. I'm just throwing it out there. That's the mainstay of bands.
You should have just said it and moved on. We wouldn't.
I really questioned my own abilities of words.
I know we shouldn't glorify Kasabian anymore.
No, go on,
but I was listening to some of their old stuff the other day. It's fucking good.
Yeah, you know what
quality.
songs come back into my heavy rotation is Bow.
Oh, what a tune!
What a fucking slapper of a song.
Yeah.
Stinking song. Can we just come back to the Killers for a second? Sorry, the
we have
single
to.
the single art for this song is missing one of the boys, one of the
dear.
dudes.
Maybe he heard this and was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah.
Is it the guitarist?
I couldn't tell you. He looks Swedish. They all look a bit Swedish, actually. Now I'm looking at them. They all look a bit Scandi. That's weird.
That sounds offensive, even though it probably isn't.
No, it's certainly not. I hope. But yeah, considering what the last album was, love it or hate it, and I know they kind of position that as a bit of a standalone, kind of they're going for something with that last album, which is called something that I can't remember what's called. Pressure Machine, which I very much enjoyed. But from that to this, whether you like the style of Pressure Machine or not, obviously it's a massive tonal style shift. The quality drop is astounding. Like, those Pressure Machine songs are well written songs. Some great lyrics, storytelling about this small town and what goes on. There's a lot to be told there. I haven't paid any attention to the lyrics in the song because I don't want to listen to it.
Yeah, I think when they try and go for that new order or like 80s style synth pop, like Hot Fuss was, sort of doing, they're past it now. They can't do it. I don't enjoy any of the songs that they've done with that style since Hot Fuss, to be honest with you. But yeah, like you say, I can appreciate the songwriting on whatever it's Pressure Machine or whatever, Washing Machine was a lot better. Even though I didn't enjoy the songs, I can appreciate that. This, like you say, is just the drop off is like fucking drop side Geronimo's. That's a
Scary
reference.
Shit.
Still never done that.
No, I never did.
Neither have I, mate.
No. Hey.
Maybe we should do that as a full special. Do you reckon I'll let us
Club.
in? That'd be a bit weird, wouldn't it?
Is it still there?
Should we wait till we're 30 and then we'll go?
That's cool.
Yeah, the Chemical Bros featuring Beck. Quite an enjoyable song.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, but again, I think I was marred by my miserableness.
We always usually are, all of us, always. Sorry, my words didn't come out properly then. I was making a joke that you are a miserable bastard.
Just a quick one though. Can you hear me properly as you should? Because
Sadly,
my
yes.
interface just completely stopped a minute ago.
Yeah.
We're all good. We're all good in the hood. Yeah, this is a good little, fun little toe tapper. Yeah, I thought Beck sounded good in it. He's got a good voice. I'm going back to the
song. If that's everything on this one, one song that didn't ruin my mood was Jessie by Geese. Liam, please do the honours.
That may be one of the best ones I've ever done.
That was the best.
That was very lifelike.
That was the best.
I really like it.
Well,
and it's quite demoralising that a cast-off from a band is probably the best song we've listened to this week.
I didn't listen to it, so Liam, please take over quickly.
That was silly because you were very excited in the group chat. It's not sorry, mate. It is Geese.
So this is from an upcoming EP, or basically they're going to release it as an EP physically if you jump through some hoops, or it's going to be an extended version of 3D Country called 4D Country. So I think there's
imaginative.
I think there's 4 songs in total that'll be coming out. One of which is called 4D Country. But yeah, it's very much just an extension of the album. It would easily have fit on the album, and I can't wait to have a long version of the album with more songs like this because it'll sound great. His voice sounds great. Backing vocals are great. Everything about it is great. It's not as much of a slapper as some of them.
Slaps. It slaps though, doesn't it? Still slaps.
Yeah,
it's very good. The chorus is just hit.
Yeah.
Woohoo, boys.
Real good.
Woohoo. I also listened to that album when I was on Crossy Beach, and I was having a fucking great time. I forgot how good some of those songs are. Oh my lord!
Well, that's an example of a band that are doing something completely fresh and new, and not just
so
bringing
fresh
out the same shit.
and so clean. Would you say, Liam?
So fresh and so clean. Listen, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark are back. OMD.
I wish
This sounded like Take That.
Take That.
Like a remix of Take That. It was fucking honking. It was so bad.
I really enjoyed it.
Liam, you are in your crazy uncle phase.
Genuinely quite enjoyed it.
This is so 80s though, and you don't like a lot of 80s stuff, so
I do like one of their old album. Is it Dazzle Ships? I have that on vinyl. I've listened to that a few times. I like that. And listen, guys, I'll level with you. It's a bit of a, I want to be full disclosure here. My dad did go to school with Andy McCluskey, so I'm pretty much kind of in there.
He's your uncle.
He practically, yeah. He lived in Mells, which we've talked about on the podcast recently because Yanni asked how it was pronounced, and I knew as a Wirral,
as a wall,
as a Wirralian. So maybe there's a bit of a bias there, guys, but no, I actually did enjoy the song. I get it's weird that I enjoyed it, but I did enjoy it. I like the voices.
I'm glad one of us did. Yanni, I can't imagine you did.
No, I didn't.
Cowboy Nudes has just come on. God bless Spotify.
Perhaps. On the run of good songs, Callum, you didn't like this, I don't think. However, Bombay Bicycle Club with the song I Want to Be Your Only Pet. I actually enjoyed this.
It's definitely
the
best
one. It might be a grower
then.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely the best one they put off from this album, and there's parts of it I really like, but there's also parts of it that are a bit flat still.
It's just... Where's the tempo?
No, that's not what we need.
I would like... Yeah, but... No, but 3 out of 3 have been meandering.
Yeah, but the premise of the whole last album was like that. There was nothing quick on the last album.
Yeah, but it was still exciting.
I think this is exciting, if I'm honest with you.
I don't know. Maybe I'll enjoy it in context of the album, but...
Well, you will, because it'll be the best song on it, probably.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, that's quite likely. But it's not giving me enough to want to come back to it before the whole album's released.
That's fair, yeah. I mean, sound out, Liam. So other Clean Cut Kid got a new song out, Death Narrative.
Yeah, I wish I didn't. It's fucking boring, isn't it?
I don't even remember it.
Boring, Liam. I bet you like it, don't you? You little gimp.
I do quite like it. I do quite like it. Yeah. It's a bit weird. It reminds me of Tongue's last album, and that's also all about death. But yeah, I don't have much more to add to that. I didn't expect you both to hate it, really.
Okay. An old band are back in a new form. We have Soft Play with their return since the name.
Or like Soft Cunts, am I right?
Brilliant.
Give him the Grammy.
The song Punk's Dead. I know, Yanni, you had your thoughts on the premise of the song, but I really like the song as a whole. I've listened to it quite a lot. I am a fan of their old stuff anyway. So yeah, I'm happy they're back. I'm excited for more. It's good.
I'm going to surprise you, Carl, by telling you that this song has grown on me quite a lot.
Wait.
I don't like the Robbie Williams inclusion.
Yeah, it just sounds like Jamie T. It's bizarre.
No, not that. It's just not very well executed in terms of like his delivery.
It does
he's
sound
a good
like
singer, Robbie, but
he's not.
It's not. But he is though.
He's not anymore.
Well, that's apparent on this. if you let me finish, that's what I'm trying to get to. It's not very good on this. Definitely could have been sung better, and just feels a little bit weird. My points were, and I'll make them public. The premise of the song is obviously about them changing the name to soft play from slaves because of things, and people are kicking off about it, and they feel like they have ownership over the name. That's one of the things that was mentioned in the lyrics of the song, wasn't it? Like one guy, like, why don't you tell us, kind of thing, that you want to change it or whatever. And I think the premise of it will wear out very quickly. As soon as they've released, I presume they're going to release an album. As soon as they release another album, I feel like the context of this song becomes a bit like, oh, well, okay, it's very much a one-off situation. If it is a single, then fine. That doesn't really matter. It can just be its own thing, and that's okay. But saying all that, yeah, it's grown on me. So
yeah, I was gonna say, I think
you're
looking into that a bit too much. Just enjoy it for what it is. It's a bit of fun. It's a good tune.
No, Callum, it isn't fun. Nothing is fun.
Liam, I'm very intrigued to know your thoughts on this.
Fun song, We Are Young, isn't it? That's fun. That's fun. And what was the other one they sang? They sang another great song.
I doubt it.
No, I don't think that's them.
Oh, it is. You are on the right track.
What is? You know that they've got another good song?
Some nights.
Yeah,
no, it's not a good song. Some night.
Anyway, this song, Punk's Dead.
Is Punk dead, Liam?
Punk is well and truly dead, yeah. Punk's been dead for a long
time.
Oh,
absolutely, yeah.
Punk's been dead for a long time. Everything, every iteration of it since is the complete antithesis of what punk is. Anyway, let's not get into that here, guys. What I would say is, I do not enjoy the song. I think Robbie Williams really fucking pulls me out of it even more than I already was out of it. And it didn't... I feel it just feels a bit try-hard, if I'm being honest. And that's the simplest word I can think of. Where I do think that's a harsh word to use, but it's the simplest word I can think of. I think that they should have just released an album. And, the headlines were, Softplay reacts to name change in track 7 of their new album, where they added a few, a verse. Do you know what I mean? That's all it needed. It doesn't need this, big stamp. It needs to be on the footnotes of history, It just, whatever. They're putting too much kind of flame to the fire.
They're drawing too much attention to it, yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah. They're giving it too much weight.
Yes. Saying same things multiple times. That's what we do here at Fools on the Hill. I will say, though, that it does have some really good one-liners in it.
Yeah.
The whole... that's what I can't remember, isn't it? Very memorable. Johnny Rotten line, that's very good. Anyway, we're going to move on. Yeah. Moving on to... let's change it up to Mitski, because that's a real shift in tone. I can't remember the name of the song.
Star.
Remind me, please. Star. Mitski and Star. If I was in the right mood, I'd like this. Those were my feelings while walking along the beach. I would appreciate this at a different time. I've not really ever enjoyed the Mitski song, if I'm honest with you. I have tried. She did support Harry Styles when I went, so I thought I'll give her a go. And the songs. But none of the music really did it for me. But yeah, maybe this one will grow on me.
Yeah, she's got a great voice, and it's a very, very nice kind of ethereal, dramatic song. Not one that I think I'd throw on, but I do still enjoy listening to her music whenever a new track comes out. They just never seem to stick with me very much. It's a nice little treat. Do you know, I feel like it's a little here you go. And I go, okay, thank you.
I don't remember it. Saint Saviour is back with the song Poetry. I put this on because it's been produced by my favourite, Bill Ryder Jones.
Big up.
Do either of you have any thoughts on the song?
We're all
Who's your favourite? Who's your favourite Bill Ryder Jones?
I've got to say 2016 Bill Ryder Jones.
One behind you.
That's the one, precisely, in the bath.
Oh, there he is.
I thought that was there. That was very apt.
Wow. Apt.
It's a pretty song, I'll give you that, Cal.
Yeah.
That's what you're getting.
Okay.
I will offer that, and I will add that the vocals remind me a little bit of This Is the Kit. Kate from I think her name's Kate.
Yeah.
Kate. But yeah, her voice and the way she sings as well is quite similar. But yeah, nice. I'd listen to more. You know, why not?
Maybe you should. Does anybody have anything else they would like to talk about? Because I, for one, do not.
Other than to say that that is it. What's his first name? The Savage one, A Savage. But what's his actual first? Is it Andrew?
I think it's Andrew. Yeah, Andrew.
Nice bass line in that song.
Mm-hmm.
A very nice bass line. I don't really feel like his voice suited that style of song though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do get you.
If it was anyone else singing, I say anyone else, but obviously someone it was more suited to, I would have liked the whole song. But for some reason, just his voice, it sounded out of place on the record.
I do kind of get that, mate. Yeah, to be honest.
Oh, thanks, mate.
To be honest, mate, I do get that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, goodbye, everyone.
I want to say that I listened to half of the new Slowdive album. Has anyone else listened to it?
I've listened to it in full, yes.
I mean, I listened to half, which only left me with 2 songs I hadn't heard because the other 2 of the last 4 were Kisses and Skin in the Game anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
it was very nice to have on.
Yeah.
But I don't think enough grabbed me to make me want to sit down and pay full attention to it. But the singles that they released, I do have on quite heavy rotation.
Heavy.
Along with that, I've also listened to the Empire State Bastard album, which is Simon from Biffy Clyro, and the live guitarist from Biffy Clyro, who I apologise, but name escapes me at the present time.
John Tribble.
A long name.
John Tribble.
Sorry?
John Tribble. What are you
I'm currently listening to Moi. That's a great song. Harvest is good, but it's heavy and it's not really for me. But I've enjoyed what I've spent with it. And I probably will never return to it again because, quite frankly, it scares me a little bit. But yeah, it's quite good.
It really... I put it on before listening to Moi. And I was just instantly booted. Like, 300 booted in the face away from it. I was repelled from it.
If someone was
300 booted,
if someone did want to listen to it, I think Moi would be the inroad.
It seemed like the calmest.
That's the most Biffy, I'd say. If you're into Biffy,
if you love a bit of Biffy in your body,
if you want a bit of Biffy in your chip,
I said in your bum then, a bit of Biffy in your bum. I had a nice.
Right, let's move on because it's too hot.
Let me just say, I've tried to listen to the Buck Meek album numerous times. I just haven't felt in the mood for it. I've never got past like the second song. But there is one song that was released as a single not long before, which we didn't cover, called Cyclades, which I like. If anyone cares, that's all you're getting from me. No one cares.
Brilliant. It's time for the next segment before I melt. Shall we go there?
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's a surprise.
It's a classic.
It's a surprise.
Yeah.
We're here in the mystical land of 10 years ago, which makes us feel ancient.
It's the 10th anniversary of everything that came out 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
Bingo.
Big up cheek face.
That's not it.
Have you seen their KXP?
No, it's not.
But, we'll talk about that separately. Well, we're past that point. Sorry. Go on.
Yeah, we
are.
So far past that. We're talking about everybody's favourite band, Arctic Monkeys. If they are your favourite band, you will have loved the 17 previous episodes we've done of the podcast because it's all we seem to talk about. It's the 10th anniversary
Draw attention
of
to it, mate.
AM, everybody's favourite Arctic Monkeys album in this group. Am I right?
Yeah.
We
so
love
accurate.
it. So much love for this.
Listen,
Tumblr album.
I put this on walking the dog earlier in the woods, and honestly, I had a great time.
Yeah, so much great
Mostly.
times in those nettles.
Mostly.
It is a fantastic album. However, my God, is it overplayed and overhyped. Yanni, you are not prepared for this. Would you like to get some Wikipedia facts up for us, please, baby boy?
Damn boy.
Of course.
While you're doing that, I want to talk.
So,
I want to talk to the general. I want to talk to the general situation of AM. This album came out, as we're about to find out from Yanni, in... When did it come out, Jan?
Came out on the 9th of September 2013.
So just as we were starting year 11, is that right?
I remember it fondly.
Or year 10?
In fact,
we're actually on time with the classic.
10.
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, we are.
No.
We've been going into year...
We were starting year 10.
No, because I was about to turn 16 that year, so...
So it's 11.
Starting year... Oh my God, that's... No way were we in year 11 10 years ago. Don't say it. No.
Yeah,
man. No, don't you turn... 17?
Oh, mate, yeah, you
turned 16 in year 11, so yeah.
Yeah, we were in year 11. So this came out in year 11, so that was 10 years ago.
Ages.
So it's almost 10 years into left high school, so that's something, isn't it? This album obviously was very highly anticipated. It had been how many years since Suck It and See? 5?
4. 2.
6? So it wasn't that highly anticipated. It felt like a lot longer.
2 years.
I think, I don't know about you guys, but it was since...
No, Liam. You're spot on. It was highly anticipated because Are You Mine have come out between then.
Right,
that
and
came
also...
out in 2012. And also, Liam. And also, Do I Want to Know?
Do you?
Came out in June.
Of course it did. So the thing for this was, and I don't know if you guys are the same.
And also, Liam, in August, why do you only call me when you're high? Hi.
I'd got into Arctic Monkeys since Suck It and See. So Suck It and See was already out when I really started getting into Arctic Monkeys.
Thank you, NME.
Thank you, NME. And I guess you guys were probably a bit earlier, but mostly the love for Arctic Monkeys came since Suck It and See.
No.
Compounded? No. But it was exacerbated. Ooh. It continued to grow.
Stop making things up. That's not true.
It continued to grow. So
yeah, no, I agree with you there. Lee,
I mean, I do remember Suck It and See coming out and listening to it, but I'm just saying it was since Suck It and See that there were formative years of being a fan of Arctic Monkeys. And
I think that's just because we were at the right age.
Exactamento. Yes. So we were highly anticipating this album. And
I remember talking to both of you in the maths corridor about this album when the tracklist got announced. That's a core memory for some bizarre reason.
That's strange.
I literally can't remember that at all. So
we were queuing outside Mr. Hibbert's.
So we remember, obviously,
Mr. Hibbert going on here.
Are You Mine? We've all Tash is on show. Are You Mine coming out a little time before this? Was it the year before? Is that what we just found out?
I did state that, Liam.
Thank you. And obviously that built that hype ready for this next album. And then Do I Want to Know dropped, and that was like a very kind of like big moment on like Twitter and around the world. Tumblr.
I remember the music video coming out for that and being like,
the
boys, look at this.
All the sound waves.
Look at this video.
And the lady, and it was like, wow, what is this? This is like,
wow, a lady.
So
oh my
different.
God.
But like everything about it, the sound was so different to Suck It and See. I remember on my little iPhone 4 or whatever it was at the time, who knows, 4S Plus, no 6. It would have been a 6 Plus.
Thanks for clarifying.
Plus,
but listening to the boom for those shitty speakers and being like, wow, this is fucking groundbreaking. This is going to be the best sounding album ever. And then it came right at the beginning of the school year. So for most of our year 11, this was around.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for all of it.
All of it, yeah.
But it was very prevalent and prominent is kind of what I mean. Are they the same words?
Absolutely.
2 different words. But Yanni, give us some true hard based facts, bro.
Well, this is the 5th studio album.
Wow.
Again produced by their friend James Ford.
Jimmy.
Co-produced by I'm not gonna do that thing. Co-produced by Ross Orton. No idea. In LA, baby. And other places. So not just LA, baby. Guest appearances, we'll get onto those, but you'll know some of the big names, especially you, Cal. One in particular that we've already mentioned. Oh my God. Yeah, they were emphasis on creating more of a studio album as compared to Suck It and See, which was very live, wasn't it? It's very live sounding.
It was when I was there anyway, yeah.
Indeed. Themes of which harken back to the debut, you could say. I'm making this up now. I'm just seeing words and then being like, I'll just embellish on that. Commercially, this is Arctic Monkeys' most successful album to date. Liam is just testing his hearing.
Do you reckon those pesky neighbours are at it again.
Someone's knocking at the door.
Can you hear me the same volume as I was before?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And all started off with properly with Do I Want to Know? Because before Do I Want to Know, I don't think there was actually an announcement for AM, was there?
No, that was it.
So
Soft drop.
there you go. Album title inspired by Velvet Underground's compilation album The You. So there you go.
Wow.
I wonder what it stands for, AM.
Well, it's pretty
feel, mate.
ambiguous because it could be Arctic Monkeys or it could be The Morning, where most of the album's themes take place.
The first half's
What
the
does it-
morning, the
Sorry,
second half is the morning.
I'm coming
after.
I'm coming in with a proper stupid thing here. What does AM actually
I
stand
know,
for?
I'm googling it right now.
And PM
After midnight.
Surely not.
and post midnight.
No,
pre
pre-midnight.
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 It's got to
before
be.
midnight.
Post midday and after midnight.
No, it's meridium. So it's post-meridium and ante-meridium.
Who's
Auntie.
anti-meridian? Bean says, hello, everyone. Pop your head up.
Hey,
Hiya.
Bean. So actually,
The
means,
alcohol has hit me.
actually,
Yes.
meridium means noon with a U, N-U-N-E. So it actually means before noon and afternoon. So you were dead fucking wrong, guys. Sorry, both of you.
Don't say I didn't know.
Well, you know, suck it and see. Listen, that's not what we're here for. AM, Arctic Monkeys. The sound came out in 2013. Highly anticipated. No.
10 years ago.
So we've talked about it a million times now. Do I want to
Guys,
know that
I'm
first
sorry.
teaser song?
I missed. Sorry, Liam. I really missed an important fact. It's 41 minutes 38 seconds long.
Too long.
Carry on.
Well, thank you so much for stopping me there. Do I want to know? Right, so those opening beats to that song, the sound of a generation, right? Am I right? It
Yeah,
was
man.
the opening of many doors. It was the beginning of many journeys. You know, that was the year that many people did things. So...
Jesus Christ. I'll try and wrangle us back on board here. Yeah, to be fair, considering that it's such a simple beat, it's very iconic, and automatically you know what the song is. As soon as you hear one bass kick, well, foot stomp as well, and a clap, you know what it is. And
I think.
congratulations to them for making it so iconic with just those sounds.
I think one of the biggest mistakes Arctic Monkeys have made was removing this as the show's opener.
What do they start with now?
I would argue releasing anyways would be their biggest
That's
mistake.
up there. That is certainly up there. What's their current opener?
Well, they tend to mix it, but
Oh.
I'd say the most consistent this tour has been Sculptures of Anything Goes, which I could see.
Mm-hmm. I also feel like I'd need that kind of mid towards the end as a little palate cleanser. I've not been to see them in a long time though, so who am I to say? But I would agree that this is a perfect opener, and because it's a perfect opener to this album, and it's a perfect introduction. I'm adding another one here to the new sound of Arctic Monkeys for this album. You know, they perfectly encapsulate what's to come and what's different from Suck It and See in this one song, and I think they hit the nail fucking bob on the head, man. Now it's you know, it's obviously been overplayed, and it was specifically overplayed at that time. I heard Nathan Harley, am I allowed to say his name?
You've done it. You fucking done it.
Nathan, I hope he doesn't get his lawyers on us. I know he's got some on retention. He listened to this song
Schmarley.
out of Schmarley, I should have said Schmarley, from his phone speaker on the way to school most mornings. And I think it was the only song he knew from the album. So that kind of sets the scene for what that time was like. You know, this album took over so many social circles, and it was mostly this song that was the kind of front runner for all of that. So it's very much overplayed at the time. But I still think it slaps. Guys.
Oh, it's such a slapper. We're not doing this right now.
No, we're not.
We'll come to that in a few weeks. But my God, it's such a treat nowadays because I'd very rarely listen to it. But God, it's so good.
It does take me a while to appreciate it, if I'm honest with you. I need to get halfway through it, and then I can fully...
That end bit where it gets
Yeah.
subconsciously heavier without really seeming like it does. Oh yeah.
Alan, please keep this going. This is good
That was
stuff.
literally the end of my point. If I keep it going anymore, waffle will creep back in.
Well, let's move on to the next song. Yanni.
Yeah, we're moving on, aren't we? Thank you. We're moving on to "Are You Mine?" ? Another question mark title. Wow, so many questions Al has.
Talking of the live show, one of their latest shows in America, they didn't play this last, which
What?
I am all for. Body Paint should now, especially after seeing it live, should now be the closer because that is ethereal. I don't really like this song anymore because of how overplayed it is. This is like a completely different ball game to Do I Want to Know. It's gone the other way for me. I can obviously appreciate how good it is, but from a personal standpoint, I don't want it anymore.
I think this, overplayed when we talk about Do I Want to Know, this is another level of this filled that gap between Suck It and TNAM.
Yep.
And was all anyone played. Played if you could play that on guitar, which isn't very hard to do, but it was everywhere. I know we played a lot of music and stuff.
Yeah.
But this came on again. I was getting when I was walking earlier, and I was pleasantly surprised at how good this song is, because I think you forget just how kind of like well mixed it is, and like the different instruments when they come in and out and stuff. And I could also like pick up the differences from the single when I've not listened to either version in properly for probably 5-6 years. Like, I think it really kind of shows how much of a kind of big piece of music this was at the time,
I don't know if this is something that's only recently happened, but a lot of these songs are crediting Alex and Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie is a lot of. I've watched loads of talk about Tranquility Base and the car, and he quite often mentions that he goes to Jamie with ideas. Like for example, on Tranquility Base, I'm sure Jamie wrote this line something about the moon side boob.
Yeah, but I don't think this has ever had both of them on. I'm only just seeing it now, which is what's...
Oh, well, I don't know. I've never looked, but I can imagine it's
me out.
Lyricism that he's helped with. Maybe.
Potential. Yeah, I still really love this song. It's... I don't know if there was a point really where it ever got overplayed for me. And I still remember that fucking music video for it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is an iconic music video.
What a music video. God.
I think the point for me where it kind of felt like it was overplayed was when AM came out. And I was like, right, I've listened to this song non-stop for like the last year.
Okay.
I'm pretty much always just going to skip
I'll let
this.
you have that.
Do you know what I mean? But since then, it's I'm fine with it now. It was a good time. It was a good time in the world, 2013. Stuff was going on, probably good and probably bad.
Probably.
Possibly good, possibly shit.
One for the road is up next.
Who,
indeed. I've not listened to this in a while.
No, I never ever put this album on, and we're gonna get to a couple in a bit, which arguably some of my favorite Arctic Monkeys songs. 10 points for anyone who can guess which two. But yeah, this one is very good, and I think lyrically as well, so simple in terms of a premise, but it's very well done.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's just a really good kind of... It's just a good song. I don't really know what to say. There's so many good parts of like the way Alex sings it and stuff. And again, it's a great kind of example of the AM sound, which is very kind of sparse when it wants to be, and like how it kind of fills that with just certain elements and picks bits in. But yeah, one for the road slapper.
Yeah.
I'm really upset that we're not doing the ranking for this today.
Too late. They've mentioned... I remember seeing this in loads of interviews when this was coming out, because this would have been prime time stalking Alex Turner as a teenager.
Sorry, have you grown out of that?
No, not really, but I'm not a teenager anymore. And they mentioned how they wanted this album to sound good in a car. That was like their objective. And every song, I know we're going to cover them all, but every song sounds so good. Production, like you say, can be sparse in places. Oh, I didn't know that well.
Oh, that's
Knows
just pure
when
bod
to
for that.
fill out when it needs to. And there's a lot more use of backing vocals on this album. And the mixing, just everything hits.
Yeah.
Just everything hits. And yeah, the middle eight bit of this song is very good.
It all
One
hits.
for the road.
It all hits and it all sits well. Do you know what I mean? It sits.
Hits and sits, baby.
Well. Yeah, great tune. Arabella next. Arabella. Oh, many 10-year-olds in the world right now named Arabella, or almost 10. I'm telling you, as a fact.
That is scary.
Yeah.
But that could be true.
At the end of primary school. Another great one. I don't feel like I've got much more to add that you can't just take from some of the other ones, maybe?
Yeah.
I like the lyrics in this a lot.
Yeah.
They're just... What's the word? Like, you're going to laugh. They're quite sensuous, aren't they?
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get
And
a
it
little...
suits it suits the sexy vibe of the song. I mean, it's a sexy song.
It is a sexy song.
The middle-eight
sounds good as well.
Obviously rips on War Pigs by Black Sabbath with the guitar riff. And they do... Well, they used to do anyway, didn't they? An extended sort of outro with War Pigs being played or whatever, or middle 8-bit, sorry. But yeah, the tones of the guitar in this are very different to a lot of the other guitar tones on this. It sounds very 70s, which obviously he mentioned 70s in the lyrics, comparisons there and whatnot. Great solo, that whole middle 8-bit to the solo. I remember first hearing that. Great. Loved it. Still love it.
Yeah, the solo's really good, yeah. Very good. And from very good to...
Distinctly average.
Awful? I really don't like the song. It's so pointless to me.
I agree, and I think, no spoilers for 3-4 weeks' time, it's going to be the bottom one. And it could be off the album, and I don't think anyone would have any sort of qualms about that. But I have just listened to it for the first time in a very, very long time, and I was singing along. But I will admit it's not very good.
It's got no redeeming factors for me.
I was literally about to use those words. The only redeeming factor for me would be the solo. I like the tone of the guitar, but everything else just very not great, and could have easily been replaced with one of the better B-sides of this era.
It's a big shame.
Which we've talked about.
Absolutely. Check out the video up top somewhere. Left, maybe.
You hoping that Jesus puts up there? Or what's it?
This is exactly how I felt when you two were saying this.
Yeah, text me. I'll sort it. I remember getting this album on... I surely can't have got it on vinyl first. I feel like the first time I listened to it was on vinyl, but I don't know if I'm making that up.
Well, that's
you remember your story about the record, Liam?
It came in a split sleeve.
Yeah, deluxe
and
as well.
I ordered a new one, but they didn't send a deluxe sleeve. So I now have the original one I ordered with the split sleeve, and I have a non-deluxe sleeve, and in that is my copy of Sgt. Pepper's, because I don't have a sleeve for that. That's been the case since 2013, 10 years ago, and it still is. But I do remember listening to it, and at that point thinking, oh, I Want It All. When I Want It All came on, thinking, oh, we're not even like on the second side yet, and I'm already like, this is already probably the weakest Arctic Monkey song, non-B-sides, but even then I think I'd struggle. And that was a heavy hit. We've talked quite positively about the 4 songs before this, and then that is a big swing and a miss.
Yeah,
not
big
even
drop.
a swing. A flaccid.
But it does pick back up again rapidly.
Oh, so it does.
With number 1 Party Anthem, one of Al's greatest lyrical endeavours, and yeah,
I think that's it. Yeah, no, it's a wonderful song. I still love it when it comes in rotation on the set list. Still enjoy watching them perform it. It should be a mainstay because it's that good. Definitely one of the strongest on the album, in my opinion, depending on what you're looking for from the album. Yeah.
The middle eight is possibly the best middle eight they've ever done ever.
That's a statement.
I'd never thought about this song. Even when this album came out, I just never really cared for it. And then when I was listening to it earlier and it came on, and obviously I have heard it a million times, so I kind of knew everything that was going to happen. But I just think it never really sat very well with me. And when it came on, it was the one song from the album that really took me back to the time. I don't know why, as if I was almost kind of trying to reject it back in the day, and now I've just finally accepted it, and I really, really love it. Then I was shocked. I was genuinely shocked. It was like I found a new song that I didn't know existed. Almost, it was very.
Oh, that's cute.
It was very nice. Yes.
Now to the least streamed song on the album, according to Spotify.
Yeah.
We've got
below
Mad.
I Want It All.
Yeah, Mad Sounds. We've got
That's mad.
Sounds. I don't think we need this in the placement of where it is.
Correct.
However, it is very nice. But because it is where it is, I tend to forget about it, which I think is a bit of a shame.
I really cannot remember the song.
I remember
the opening line.
This was the first song they played live from the album.
Ever.
I remember seeing a YouTube video of them at a festival. It seems like a mad place to debut a song like this. When no one knows it, just seems like suicide.
I feel like you're awakening to memory here.
I'm not faking. It's so true. So true for you. I like it and I'm enjoying listening to it as we speak. But they kind of killed it with the placement.
Yeah, definitely. You're spot on. I mean, that is the main point to make about it, really. Comparatively, song-wise, not those words in that order. Please rearrange those. It's very only ones who know. Like
a bit happier though.
Yeah,
this is like the positive
outcome,
positive morning.
Yes,
of that.
Mm-hmm.
Looking back on said night.
This is definitely alongside kind of number one party anthem, one that I just completely blocked from my memory, and I'm fine to keep it that way. Really, this just doesn't do anything for me. I don't need it. I think even what it's going for is a bit kind of obvious and doesn't really do much with it. And yeah, it doesn't help that it's kind of a run of 3 slower songs on the album. I'm not mad for it.
No, he's not. But I'll tell you what, we are all mad for is the next song.
Boy.
It's called Fireside. Take it away, Carl.
This has been my favourite since the first time I heard the album. As fate would have it, this is the one that my friend Bill Ryder Jones performs on. Little did I know back in 2013. I'm going to stop doing that accent. I fucking love this song. I just that's it. That's all I can say. Fucking love it.
Liam?
I absolutely fucking love it. It's definitely my favourite song on this album. And I've said this many times, if you've listened to the ranks, this is probably my favourite Octo Monkey song.
Wow.
It's in the top 10 of my favourite Octo Monkey songs.
It's definitely in my top 10, yeah.
But it's on a one day, it's there. It's in that number one spot for sure. I love it. It reminds me of I went on holiday. Just after we went, you and I and Cameron went to see Arctic Monkeys in Manchester, and then like the next day I was to
there.
Spain. You were there, Callum, yeah, somewhere.
Wow.
Next day I went to Spain.
23rd of October, 2013.
That's it. And I was there till my birthday. But I remember listening to this a lot there, and I bought some really shit fake beats from a marketplace in Spain.
Did you haggle?
No. I think I had the bottle to do that
Cool.
as a 16-year-old. And Don't be silly. And then the flight home, I listened to, I think, Fireside on repeat, basically the whole 2-hour flight.
Crazy.
It was then that it cemented it, and now it just fills me with so much I don't know. It's just a song and a half, innit?
Yeah, to be honest with you, boys, I'm gonna come in and say something different. It's dog shit. This song. No, I'm joking.
Right, goodbye, Rob.
This one never really did grab me the way that it's clearly grabbed you two at the time. However, it hasn't now at this point in my life. And I probably would say that it's up there with one of the best that they've ever done. The solo in it, after us covering the Humbug B-side, gives very much that vibe.
Yeah, I think the whole song harkens back to that era. Good word there, thank you. Yeah, thank you. And it feels, the song itself feels very mature, and definitely feels like the most mature song from this album, which obviously Humbug also felt quite mature in some respects, musically at least.
Strong keys.
So yeah, I agree.
And the final question song of the album, Why Do You Only Call Me When You're High? Hi. Hello.
I love Miley Cyrus.
Yeah. This one, I have a love-hate relationship with, I think.
Bingo.
Because it does make me feel nostalgic. Because I remember playing this on repeat, which is probably my downfall.
Did you have the CD single?
No, I had the record.
Yeah, same.
Cool.
I mean, I had
the
the record too, but I had the CD single. I don't know why. I think it cost like £3 or something. So
yeah, I mean, it's not bad. It's just, I don't know. It depends.
I think this is what I now associate with AM, where I think it's too it's too basic, it's too empty, it's just too But now I'm delving into it. It's so much more than this.
I feel like, to try and expand on your point there that you've made, and probably going a different route than you were actually meant to. When I think of AM, I do think of this. I think this is like pandering towards the poppy elements. And this is very much like a song written for radio.
Except they couldn't play it on radio. Could they?
You're not laugh. They couldn't play it on radio. Yeah, they played it on radio, didn't they?
Talks about drugs, they must have. Bro. Talking about drugs. I do get all of you. I get it. I get what you're saying. Okay, but I don't know. I feel like I can't really give an actual critical analysis of this song because I really enjoy it, and I know that's pretty much all nostalgia, and I can't really get past that.
Well, that's fine. That'll do.
You're welcome.
Liam, I just want to say though, snap out of it.
Here
we go.
Yeah.
I'll go.
It's all right. It's all right.
I had that very same mindset until I saw them live this very summer, where I had a full-on rebirth on this song. When I was looking at the set list, and it was so AM heavy. At the previous UK gigs they'd done, I was thinking, I could just do without this one on the live set, but my God, did it sound good. The chorus is just fantastic.
Brilliant chorus.
It's so good. It's so good.
The backing vocals, everything about it, it's so good.
It's just a perfect pop song, the way it's constructed. It's so straight, so direct. So good.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
But is it what I want from Arctic Monkeys? Probably not. But if I take that out of it, it's fantastic.
Yeah. I find it strange that it's so low on the album. For some reason, it doesn't feel like it should be this low on the album. Same with Knee Socks as well, actually.
Spoilers.
Which we're on to next. Which, I'll tell you what, I fucking love Knee Socks.
Yeah, I love Knee Socks too.
See, I need to come back around on it because I don't really care for it.
That opening riff, man.
I love it. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. But I I don't know. I feel like I'd skip it because I've kind of gotten like the ick on a song. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it's nothing that the song's done because it is fantastic, but I don't know. I just can't.
I think because
Can't
we
settle on it anymore.
because we lived in the time.
Yeah,
okay,
no, I think that's what it is.
The idea of like kind of fetishizing is kind of a bit too seedy of a word, but you know what I'm trying to say. The idea of knee socks makes me feel very uncomfortable now as an adult. I've lived through that. I've got through that. I remember seeing all the things on Tumblr and everywhere, and everyone wanting to look a certain way because of this album, and it just feels weird now. But I do think it's still a great song.
Yeah, the melody of this great. Even though the chorus is literally just following the riff, which Liam, I know often you're not a fan of. It's I want to speak for you, you little bitch.
I don't remember that.
It's great. And the Josh Homme inclusion, backing vocals, the back scratching that was done, because Alex featured on the Queens of the Stone Age album that came out around the same time. Really makes it. I know Nick does the backing vocals live, and
does it a stellar job.
It does stellar job. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's missing anything, that's for sure. But yeah, just fucking naughty song, and it's a sexy song as well.
It is very
sexy song.
Yeah, tempos everywhere.
Now the end to the album, and a song. If you're listening, any of the boys, remove it from the live set. We don't care. It's I Want to Be Yours.
Live?
Oh my
Yes.
god,
That
Liam!
sounds so bizarre.
They play it like the first song of the encore, and they play it even slower than what it is. And obviously, Alex is doing his choice melodic things that he does, and it's so meandering, and it just when you come back from the encore, you want like View from the Afternoon or something like that. You want to come straight back into it, and they do this, and it's
to make it worse. They also blend in Star Treatment.
Right. Yeah.
But you want Star Treatment as Star Treatment.
Yeah. Well, when I went, they played Star Treatment, which was the first time they did it on the tour, and I was obviously buzzing. Since that song's been released, I've seen them 4 times, and they played it every time, and I'm so happy. My favorite Automonkey song. If I was there and they blended Star Treatment into I Want to Be Yours, I think I'd have cried on the spot.
I almost did, because that's exactly what happens.
Oh, mate, I'm so sorry for you. So sorry for you. Fine at the time, I enjoyed it. I don't want to hear it probably ever again.
You've seen them a lot more live than me and Liam have. I'm listening to it right now, and it's nice. I can appreciate how you wouldn't want to see it live again. Because a lot of the songs they play live now as well are slower due to the nature of the types of songs they are, and it just be a bit much. But I think this is a well executed cover, because essentially that's what it is, and it is a nice closer to the album.
It works for sure. I do think it's very of the time, but in terms of the live set, which I know is not what we're talking about right now, it needs to be left in the past.
Yeah, well, I think I can agree with that.
I think that's fair. I think on this album, I enjoy it. I particularly enjoy the second half, and I think it closes the album off well enough, really. Yeah. And I do think they could have done a bit of jigging around with some of those slow ones in the middle to stick to one of them towards the end. Maybe number 1 party anthem just before this or something. They could have finished on number 1 party anthem, to be fair. But that's AM. That's the morning.
Done. I have the deluxe version on my Apple Music. So do you want to know what finishes the album off on the deluxe version?
Go on.
2013.
Sad, isn't it?
Not how you want to finish this.
It's 2014 all across the galaxy, as my Twitter said, as it's past midnight. I am very tired, sweaty, and hot. That is just because of what Alex has done to me for the past 41 minutes. But we're going to talk about more Arctic Monkeys now, as we venture to, hopefully, a very quick detour
I thought you were going to call it quits then, mate, if I'm honest with you.
To
That's
the rank,
where you were going.
to the rank bank. Let's go. I wish you'd fucking stop doing that.
you lined up so well. I was looking at the Arctic Monkeys merch. So that's what everyone got to see first there, which is nice. Little treat for everyone.
Wow. Yeah, it's time for a rank. A very quick one. As I've mentioned, it's so hot. For the YouTube gang, we are ranking the songs on Whatever People Say I Am. That is What I'm Not. The debut album from the only band we talk about, Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah.
We're doing this a little bit differently this week, where we have to actually rank them in order for Jeopardy reasons. Whether this works, who knows? We'll let you know in 10 minutes.
I feel like we should just still go in order, put them into kind of rough places, and then put them down. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly. With that being said,
put it up there.
Put it up there right now.
The View from the Afternoon probably is going to be staying there.
Where you say?
Put it number 1 for now.
Number 1.
Yeah, put it in 1. Yeah, put it in 1 for now,
Liam,
please.
shut up.
Jesus,
yes, in number
1. I'm already concerned about this whole situation.
Well, it's a democracy, baby.
God.
I bet you look good is in 2 and 4.
Whatsoever.
Nah, fuck it.
No, we
2
should.
and 4.
View from the Afternoon slaps so hard. And I wish they could still play it at the pace that they do, but it still does sound quite good. Great song, great video. Is it a great video? Probably not. But
yeah,
it's a great video.
It's also a brilliant starter to a debut album. Imagine that.
Absolutely.
100%.
Straight out the gates.
That'd be a good tier list. Ranking openers off like iconic debuts.
Arctic Monkeys albums.
Arctic Monkeys albums.
How
it's funny here,
probably what the most famous Arctic Monkeys song? Not anymore, but at one point, absolutely the song you thought of when you thought of Arctic Monkeys. I bet you look good on the dance floor.
You know I do.
I'm going to say middle of the road here.
Yeah, boy. Get it
in
this ranking system.
Okay. I would have put it higher, but whatever.
I'd accept 2 to 4, but my heart of hearts says 5 to 8.
Yeah, let's not get too bogged down in this. If we get all these on the board and they're not equal in the numbers, we'll work that out. But
okay, Mum.
Yeah.
It's everyone knows the song. Moving on. Fate Tales of San Francisco. I'm gonna put this. I want to put this in 2-4. It's just. I mean, it is better than I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor, in my opinion.
I agree.
It's a more interesting song.
I agree.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, some great lines, great riff the whole way through. Jamie Cook pulling out all the stops. Yeah, there we go. 2 to 4. Sorted.
Lovely. Dancing Shoes. 2 to 4 as well for me, really. I like this one a lot.
Yeah, 2 to 4, I think. I think I'd also accept 5 to 8, but obviously a high 5 to 8, so 5.
Let's go 2 to 4 then. If we're working on the upper echelons of it, we'll do that.
I mean, get on your dancing shoes, you sexy little swine.
Iconic. Absolutely.
Very, very good. You probably couldn't see for the lights, but you were staring straight at me.
9 to 12.
9
to 12.
Title for a song.
Like a Fallout Boy title.
Oh, it is.
Indeed. 9 to 12, I'm fine with that. It just doesn't stick with me that much.
Exactly.
I do really enjoy listening to it, and
absolutely
every time it comes on, it's a bop, and some great guitar lines. There's really interesting parts to it. It just doesn't quite stand up to the rest of them.
Correct. Still Take You Home. High on this one for me as well.
I think it is for me as well, but whoever's stupid idea to put them in order is ruining this a little bit. Ruining it.
We can always move things around. I would comfortably put this in 2-4 without looking ahead for now. I'd say 2 to 4.
2 to 4 is going to be a contentious spot, I think.
Yeah, it is. But, that's what we're here for, isn't it? I love the riff in this. I love playing this on guitar for selfish reasons, really. That I like this song probably more than maybe you two.
It's very fun to play on bass. I used to love playing this on bass. I play more.
Well, there you go then.
Boom, 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 boom.
I think I'd probably put it 5 to 8, but I'm happy with 2 to 4 for now.
2 to 4 for now.
Okay.
Now, Riot
Riot Van. I think it's a comfortable 5 to 8. It is a very good song.
Oh, absolutely. But in terms of replay value, I think we need to be harsh. And I think for that, it should probably be a 9 to 12. But I disagree with my own thoughts.
Yeah,
I disagree with that.
Absolutely. Overall,
it's one of my favourites in terms of the vocal production on it. Really like the way his voice sounds on this song. Just to expand a bit more on the songs because we've not been doing that. But anyway,
the
moving
guitars
on.
sound really great on it as well. They just do enough.
Yes. Arctic Monkeys, just enough. Red light in the hate stores are secured.
I love this song.
I love this song too.
I love this song
2
too.
to 4. Okay,
Yeah,
we're already breaking boundaries. Well, I mean, we're over halfway now, so I think this is fair. Now then, Mardibum.
Right, personal reasons. I do not like this song.
I think conventionally it's probably up there. For my personal taste of what I want, it's probably a 5 to 8 at best.
Right, I think it's either going to be the bottom or something else is going to be. So
there's nothing that's coming up that is bottom for me.
I think there is.
If you say the next one, Liam,
heavy,
then you are so wrong.
I don't massively care for vampires.
I'm going to be honest, boys. Out of all the songs that
said every Team Jacob person ever. That was too long for that joke. Don't worry.
It's too late. It's too hot. There are many contributing factors to the failure of that joke. He's crying.
I don't know what I was going to say because I changed my mind on it now already.
Right, well, Mardibum, let's say 9 to 12 for now.
9 to 12.
I'm categorically not letting vampires be lost. Team Edward all the way.
Where would you place it otherwise?
1. No.
No.
I'd have it a comfortable 5 to 8. I fucking love this
where would you put it?
Compared to everything else,
it's definitely the weakest one, but I love it.
It's the weakest one. It is the weakest song. I would put Mardy, but I'd prefer to listen to Mardy over
one.
this. Are you saying something else is coming up?
I would know beforehand.
Oh, go on.
I think I prefer this to You Probably Couldn't See for the Lights. That's my only other one that I'm a bit like, I don't know.
I get that. I definitely think You Probably Couldn't See is more of an interesting song and more of a...
I'm going to say put this one...
compared to what, 7 minutes? Or
9 and 12. This is 4 minutes.
Yeah,
go 4.5 minutes.
This is the most like the early B-sides. I think this is a bit like Cigarette Smoker style.
Yeah, but without any of the goodness.
That's
just it hasn't got the joy.
I think that would be an argument for that if it actually was a B-side. If I'm trying to,
and I think the whole second half is just a bit noise. It's just noise. Like it doesn't.
Liam, stop talking sense. I love it.
All you people are vampires. That's it. There's not many lines.
When the sun goes down, that's when the vampires come out, isn't it, boys?
Now listen, I'm gonna throw a hat in ring here.
Yeah, 2 to 4, yeah. Or number 1.
I think this could be number 1. I think this is worth having a discussion.
All right, put it up there.
Put it in.
I agree.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
But you're gonna lose this discussion.
I don't know actually, because I put it on right now, and I don't know how I'm feeling about it.
It's a fucking great song. It's really great.
Let's move on before we break out into argument.
Okay.
From the Ritz to the Rubble. I'd put this in number 1.
Spoilers, but one's about to get really busy.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely, this is at least 2 to 4. But
this
is on a certain day one of my favourite songs on this album. So.
Yeah, same. I fucking love this song so much.
Good heavens.
Please put this in just
good.
like 2 to 4. I
do completely agree with you, but at the same time, no, it's not going in 1. No, it's not. No.
I can't do that. That'll annoy me. Okay, and the next one, Certain Romance, number 1.
I do genuinely think this could be number 1 as well.
I do too. This is why we shouldn't have picked. We could have split this into top 3 out of this 4. We can't pick.
And
Yeah,
we'd
but
still be
it's-
fucked.
But it's funny.
Is it funny? Do you
My
want
arse
to have
going
fun
so numb
right now? Is this the time for fun? I'm putting it number 1. Right.
Right, so
Okay.
let's get. You probably couldn't
And
see
that's
the
it.
lights.
Thank
in
you for
13.
listening. That's all we have time for.
Right. So,
Oh,
fuck me, guys. Should we shift everything just down a bit? Let's, just for the sake of, because like as it
I
is
think
now,
you've made that more confusing.
no, but as it is now, they're all gonna be there anyway because they were in 2 to 4. They can't all be in 2 to 4, as well as the ones that are all in 1. So that this must be our 2 to 4 minus our number 1. Okay, and then
Yeah, no,
work
I agree.
and then work from there.
Okay.
I just can't look past A View from the Afternoon. From not being number 1.
I'm shocked by that. I'm being dead
Let's
honest.
if I'm gonna just think about this in terms of the whole album experience, because I'm working my way from the bottom, from the arse end up, as I like to, Liam.
Very weird.
Perhaps Vampires is such a departure from
Yeah.
like the rest of the songs on the album.
Do you know what?
That
As-
I
as
feel
the-
like
As the resident vampire lover,
it has to be number 1, right?
no, I'll accept defeat. It
Yeah.
upsets me, and I'd like to make my thoughts clear on that.
Thanks for
But
that.
I'll accept it.
So, you can do it another time. No, I think that makes no sense. It's very weird that comes after Marleyboom.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about it.
Right, honestly,
In the track listing, but
I'm completely happy with this order, apart from what's in 2 to 4.
well, we need a 1 and we need to move something. Oh no,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right,
no,
isn't it? That's right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Are
So we
you
just need
both happy with what's down there?
Yeah.
Clear?
Comparatively, I think I am, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel a bit rough on Riot Van, but I also don't think I'd bump one of the other ones down.
Yeah,
That's
fully
the,
agree.
That's my only kind of quibble with
Yeah,
it.
that's
but,
the thing.
So now it's just what's number 1, and this is exactly why.
Yeah, but
how
this is where the
fuck are we gonna
conversation
number one?
comes in.
Right,
Right, everybody pick their song, and we make a little.
Well,
quick
the
little
thing
pick.
is though that like they've managed to get the best opener and the best closer on the same album.
Of all time, as well.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a bit you missed. Of all time.
Yeah. I'm sorry, of all time. Yeah.
And also the best last 3 songs as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
also the best all the songs. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, this is hard. I don't think From the Ritz makes it. If I'm being
I
dead
don't.
honest,
I agree. I think
don't
that's
think
fourth.
that's number 1.
It doesn't offer as much as the other 3.
Yeah.
Put that fourth,
Definitely.
Liam.
Let's just like that. Let's just specify within
Oh.
these aren't in
Of that,
order.
there's no order. Please, God, no. That was
There's no
that
order.
would
But we're just
ruin
doing
us.
that for clarity's sake. It's over that side, so it's clear. For clarity's sake. I don't think The View from the Afternoon makes it, guys. I'm so sorry. I just don't think you can pick that over When the Sun Goes Down and A Certain Romance. I love it. I think it's great.
I just think it's exactly what I want from Early Monkeys. It's got the lyrics. It's got the relentless speed and ferocity. It's just what I want.
Yeah, but so is When the Sun Goes Down.
Not in the same.
No, it's
I know,
completely
I know,
different.
I'm just trying to. I don't know which one. I'm
Personally,
taking over to, if I'm being honest.
I think it's between View from the Afternoon and A Certain Romance. For the top spot, that's me personally.
But she must be
Annoying.
fucking freezing. You know what I mean? Come on. What a line.
Annoyingly, I've been listening to the songs I've been going through, and so the last song that's in my head is A Certain Romance because that is obviously the last song. So I have a bit of a bias now because that's the last song that I can remember hearing in my ears. So just bear with us while I go through and listen to the others.
I think A Certain Romance does more for me.
Then what? The other two combined?
I'm playing to the thing of it's The View versus Certain Romance. So compared to the View from the
So
Afternoon.
what's going on with when the sun goes down? Are we just saying that that's not
It's
getting it?
staying there.
I think
it just
there.
has to
Okay,
stay
so
there.
just move it down just for now. I know we're not doing it in order, but just for my
Let's
visual
move
aid.
these up.
Okay. I think
A Certain Romance does more.
I think it does, and if they played the both of them at a gig now, I think I'd lose my shit more for A Certain Romance.
They did play it at my one, and I did lose my shit a bit.
It's got a similar power to me as what's it called? Who the fuck are Arctic Monkeys? It's got that same. It sits in that same place for me as that song. Of like, just a fucking great song, and like so many different like elements, and like just a bit of everything from Arctic Monkeys.
Do you know what?
Mm.
As much as View is one of my favourites, I'm happy to concede, I think, because A Certain Romance is that good. And having a song with a line just because he's had a couple of cans, he thinks it's all right to act like a dickhead, is a win in my book. That's a fantastic line.
Yeah, I think I can agree.
Just for the celebration.
I think we have to put it View from the Afternoon in 2, though, just for my happiness.
Okay. Well, let me do it again.
Thank you.
I want the pageantry of it all. Number
Let's
one.
get the A Certain Romance drum roll in, please.
Number one. Number one.
I look forward to watching this in the morning and completely disagreeing with every single placement.
Yes.
No, I think we've got that right. I think we've got the kind of the sections of this album right.
I think 1 to 8 are probably in the right order. As well.
I think to 13 are, apart from Vampires, but I also admit that's just a little me thing, and it is the worst song on the album.
Wow,
but that's a shame.
I didn't think it'd be that easy, if I'm being honest, and it wasn't.
No,
it wasn't easy.
But
it wasn't.
Alas, the time has come for me to leave because I'm so hot and I'm sweating behind my knees.
So hot for you.
So I've had a good time.
It's been alright.
I hope everybody else has had a good time too.
If anyone's still here an hour and a half later, thanks.
Well, this might you might be watching the separate video that Liam hopefully uploads.
But then you won't be watching this bit, so.
Well, bye bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.